You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, this is the news many of you have been waiting on. Question mark? Many of you might have been waiting on. If you're a Steelers fan, you probably, I can only imagine the emotions going through Steelers fans' minds right now. It seems like that it's a pretty split fan base on this. Now, I've said, hey, point towards the last 7 or 8 games of the year for the Jets. Look at that. I got a theory that Aaron Rodgers' Achilles injury really started. He had really started to, I'm not going to say heal, but his body had adjusted past the injury and was starting to recover because he was starting to play a lot better last year. I think he's going to have a better year than he had for the Jets last year. Now, does that mean that the Steelers can get over their we're going to get in the playoffs and then lose a game hump? I don't know. Breaking news, NFL's official Twitter feed. Aaron Rodgers to sign a 1-year deal with the Steelers ahead of next week's minicamp. Steelers never wavered in their belief that Aaron Rodgers eventually would sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tomlin loomed large in this entire situation. Tomlin was a drawing card for Rodgers and was happy to work with Rodgers' timeline. He is a major reason that Rodgers will be a Steeler. So that, of course, the news broke by way of Tom Pelissero, Rap Sheet, and Mike Garafolo. That was Adam Schefter with that comment right there. Week 1, the revenge matchup right off the bat. And right now the NFL is punching air for not putting this probably on Monday Night Football. But it's not. It's a Week 1 matchup. Yes, it's between the two. The NFL self-acknowledged, had they known for sure that Aaron Rodgers was coming back, this game would have been in prime time. We get Aaron Rodgers versus Justin Fields. Fields, of course, playing for the Jets. Rodgers just played for the Jets, and now he's going to be with the Steelers. I got to tell you, while everybody else may be lukewarm on this, I can't wait to see how it plays out. I mean, a Super Bowl winning coach, old school coach, veteran quarterback, his last ride, historic national branded, franchise organization he's going to that kind of like the Packers, This is interesting. It really is. He's going to participate, as that says, in mandatory minicamp. This is about to get wild. On a side note to all of this, the Steelers, I know, are trying to trade for another weapon, possibly. The name out there that I keep hearing is Jonnu Smith, who was with the Dolphins and still with the Dolphins. And, of course, he's a tight end. Smith and Freiermuth, that's pretty interesting, to be honest with you. That would be an interesting get. Let's just look at some of the reaction here. Nobody cares. He ruined the Jets. I'm here to tell you, he ruined the Jets? He ruined the Jets? When was the last time the Jets were good? Before he got there. I mean, seriously. Come on now. The Jets have been ruined. What are we talking about? Man. Steelers fans saying the Steelers just won the AFC North to the Super Bowl must be delusional. Desperate for a quarterback. Did not watch any Jets games, highlights last season, or all of the above if they think Rodgers is an answer. I'm telling you, I watched all of them. He was a lot better the last 7 or 8 games of the year. I'm just saying right now, I'm going to answer this just so I can see. 62% actually think they won't make the playoffs with Aaron Rodgers. Now, here's my issue with all this. How many people have got their political blinders on right now just hating Aaron Rodgers for his belief set? Because I believe that when it comes to Aaron Rodgers, a great many of the people out there hating on him is strictly hating on him for one reason, and that's his politics. Period. I don't think it's got a lot to do with football. I really don't. Washed up quarterback trying to stay relevant. You know, the other comparison we could draw is another former Packers quarterback. Brett Favre was not great with the Jets. People forget that. Was he, 20 touchdowns and 20 interceptions that year or something? I know it did not work. It was not great. But then he went to the Minnesota Vikings, and it was all sort of, he had it was history from there. He had a great season. Talking about Brett Favre. And Aaron Rodgers has got that Brett Favre kind of gun. Interesting move for both sides. Steelers get a veteran presence. Rodgers gets a fresh start with a storied franchise. Win-win. Question mark. It's going to be interesting to see. Rodgers broke the mold that he was following with Favre on to Pittsburgh. And that, of course, is talking about not going to the Vikings. Steelers going with 10 quarterbacks. Interesting. Obviously, I got who I wanted. I run the Steelers. Obviously, not Tomlin. That's funny. That's funny. This is immediately, I'm going to tell you why I like this, folks. This is immediately one of the most interesting things to follow this season. Whether it's a crash and burn or a holy crap, he actually does have something left. I mean, look, the one thing nobody's talking about, I'm just going to throw this out. And I understand this is sort of, maybe it's wishful thinking because it would make the season so much more interesting. Can you imagine looking up at the end of the year and Rodgers has thrown 40 touchdowns and 4,500 yards? What kind of team would the Steelers be looking at right then? Let's just say, if he still threw 28 touchdowns last year. Let's say we look up at the end of the year, Rodgers has got 42 touchdowns and 4,800 yards. AFC Championship game? A Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers showdown? A Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers showdown? I understand. It may be a leap, but we've got a chance at something like that now. There's also a chance that it crashes and burns and they win 7 games. But if he wasn't there, we'd have no chance, right? I've got to call my son. He's a Steelers fan. It's going to be interesting. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.